Hundreds of people are released from prison every day. What advice can you give to the men and women coming home that will help them re-enter society successfully?
That's actually a great question, and I appreciate you for asking. That's exactly the reason that the Know Thyself workshop was designed in the first place, to deal with those type of issues and to ask those type of questions to get brothers and sisters prepared for that transition back into society. Now, I have a few things for you, but before I get started, I just want to make sure the question was advice that I have for returning citizens, correct?
Yes.
Right. Because the Know Thyself workshop is twofold. And this is the reason why. This is a very important point, because what we're talking about right now is intervention, but the social worker in me can't help but look at the root and systemic causes for the problem and try to find a prevention for it. And this is the reason that the Know Thyself workshop has been implemented for 5th through 12th graders, so that we can end the mass incarceration school to prison pipeline system in totality. Like, we want to destroy it, but I also understand that society, lack of resources, and sometimes bad decisions, errors in thinking can get a person incarcerated. So I'm practical, and I understand that the prevention program won't work or help for those who are incarcerated right now and are on their way home. So they need intervention. So I got 3 things for you, and I really want brothers and sisters to lock into this. Grab a pencil, grab a pen, take notes on this, because they're jewels, and they're exactly what helped me. I'm sharing with you what helped me. So the number one thing I want you to do for my returning citizens, my kings and queens that's coming back home, I really need you to lock in on changing your mentality. Yeah, I need you to lock in on that. I need you to lock in on changing your mentality. Like, it's one thing to say it, it's another thing to do it. And what do I mean by that? I can use myself for an example. So I was locked up for a decade. And every day I strive to be greater. I stopped going to the yard, stopped going to the law library, stopped working out, not just physically, but mentally as well. And I started learning things, and I'm trying to fight for my freedom. But every night when I laid down and I reminisced about the hood, it was just something in me that wonder. I wonder what everybody doing. Well, what's cracking in the hood, and you have these thoughts of, popping back up on them when you get out the joint. It's just this feeling. You just want to go back out there, let them know you survived it, pop out and see what's going on. And I remember, getting home July 28th, 2009. You will never forget your out date. You'll never forget your out date. But I remember coming home and coming to the south suburbs. But it was just something in me that wanted to find any type of excuse to make it back to 95th. And I remember going to the complex and, seeing the children outside, the young girls was jumping rope. I seen a couple of adults, a few people I didn't recognize, outside chilling. And I remember just saying to myself, a lot has changed. I saw stores in the neighborhood like T-Mobile phone shop. When I left, I had a prime code. It's a T-Mobile shop right here, new car washes, new buildings and everything put up. And I'm in the hood and I'm like, I'm about to walk to my boy's house. And I remember the young girl saying, who you going to see? I'm like, I'm going to see my boy Frogger. They like, Frogger? Don't know Frogger live here. And I'm like, what? The Browns don't stay right here? They like, no. Nobody named Brown. The Smiths stay down there. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Oh, they out of here. Let me, they must have moved. Let me go around the corner and holler at my man Ronnie and them to see what's going on. Same thing. I get around the corner. A couple of guys sitting on the steps like, don't nobody named Ronnie live right here. I'm like, the Scots don't live right here. They like, no. I'm like, let me go around the corner. Let me see if my boy Poochie over there. Somebody got to be around here. Where Kevin at? Where the team at? Where Ace at? Where Reggie at? Where Baby Gerald? And everybody had moved on. Everybody moved on with their life. Hear me. Everybody moved on with their life except me. I was the last person I was the last person to move on because I was locked into coming back to the hood, because when I was locked up, that's all I had to think about. That's all I had to think about. So I want to go back to the hood. Change your mentality. And it's okay to go back to the hood, but make sure you go back with a different mentality. You got to be doing something different. You know, when we was there the first time, it was all about self. This time, I need you to come back and be selfless. So change your mentality. 2, I need you, and hear me, write this down. Continue to educate yourself. And that doesn't mean that you have to sign up or enroll in college or anything like that. Now, I just said continue to educate yourself. You know, technology is so advanced right now that you can go on YouTube and you can put in how to for whatever it is you want to do and get the answers to it. For whatever it is you want to do, just study. Don't think you know it all. Continue to educate yourself, right? Because when I came to the crib, I'm telling you, when I first got home and I got out the joint July 28, 2009, I got handed a cell phone. And this is no lie. I looked at the cell phone and my first question was, why does the cell phone have a typewriter on it? Why do I need to type letters on the phone? You know, and I remember my fam telling me like, yo, you can text somebody. I'm like, and then what happens? They can text you back. Oh, we can communicate like this? I was blown away. Because being locked up for 10 years is like being behind 20 years in technology. So make sure that you continue to educate yourself. And this is the next thing. Make sure you educate yourself and make sure that you find you a support system. You need that, family. You need that because you was dealing with some things inside there that you won't even know are triggers for you out here. That stuff we going through inside there, 23-1, 18-6, all that stuff, fam, it's triggers. It's triggers. The shanks, all the mobs getting together on the yard, the police, the COs coming on the gallery, you know, with the pepper spray. You trying to catch your breath inside the toilet. That's trauma, family. And you need a support system of brothers and sisters who can understand and relate. We have a transformative justice gathering every month here in Illinois. Right here in Chicago. And if you're here in the Chi and you want to be a part of it, reach out to me. Send me an email. IAMDARRYLCOOKE@gmail.com. But we meet and we gather and brothers and sisters, you know, shed tears. They talk about how hard it is to connect back with their sons, back with their daughters. They talk about how hard it is to get employment or get housing. And we work through those issues. And somebody at the table may have something to say to help you out. Or you may have something to say to assist and help somebody else with another problem. Okay? So number one, change your mentality. 2, never stop educating yourself and make sure you find a support system. And number three, take this one to the bank with you. I want you to remember this one. Never forget this. Number 3, I want you to remember and never forget what it felt like inside that 5x8 cell. I don't want you to never forget that, family. 23-1, 18-6. All the nasty, horrible food. The day the CEO came down the gallery, he ain't had no mail for you. The day that we supposed to went and got showers, but they had lockdown. So you had to wash up inside your sink. The time you had to sit down and take a shit and your celly had to get on the bars. I don't want you to never forget that, family. The day that the counselor came on the gallery and told you that your family member had passed. And you wouldn't be able to go to the funeral. I don't never want you to forget that, family. Keep it at the forefront. Because that's going to be the motivation and the passion that's going to keep you out here, family. The recidivism rate is like 66% here in Illinois. 70,000 brothers and sisters will be coming home this year. All right, and it's going to be rough making that transition. Because now you have to be independent. It ain't nobody walking you to your cell. It ain't nobody following you in a line to go to the yard. You got to get up and do this on your own, family. All right? You got to get up and go get your ID. You got to go down to 35th Street. You got to take care of that business. You got to show up at all your events. Right? And if you get locked up, you won't be able to do that, family. All right? The ends will never justify the means. if what you talking about doing is going to cost you your freedom. And I want to show you something. I want to show you something that means something to me, okay? And my daughter just showed me this evening. Can I get this? Let me show this to y'all. And I hope y'all can see it. Are we good with this? Y'all can see that? That's my beautiful daughter, Sharina Cook. And this is her 4th grade, not graduation, but class picture. I'm showing y'all this because it means something to me. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to me. I'm really surprised they ain't breaking down now because these are the type of things that you're not here for when you're inside your prison cell. These are the type of things you're just wondering. I wonder how my baby pictures was. I wonder how my baby doing. Can my baby ride a bike? She taking care of her own hygiene right now? How good is she on computers? Is she learning? These are the type of things I have to guess about. But I'm able to be here now with my daughter, and I don't never want to give that up. And I don't want you to give that up, family. I don't want you to give this up. You got a son. You got a daughter. They got things coming up, family. You need to be there for that. Okay? You need to be there. This is the reason that the Know Thyself workshop needs to be implemented in every institution across this nation. Because these things that we just talked about right now, like changing our mentality, getting the support system, continuing your education, and never forgetting what that 5x8 cell was like. These are the things we talk about in the Know Thyself workshop that can help a person transition back into society. Think about it. Something as simple as you getting your own apartment and having keys in your hand. You don't have keys when you locked up. So that's a big deal. You need to be able to talk this out with somebody. You need somebody that can relate to you. This is what the Know Thyself workshop is all about. All right, come on, family. Each one teach one. You can do this. All right? I'm not the exception, family. I'm not the exception. And everywhere I go speak, I make sure people know it, all right? What I've done, all kings and queens can do. Let's go, family. Each one teach one. You already know who it is. It's your boy, author and national speaker D. Cook. Now let's get it.
My intro was off in post. Me and my man's toast to your insults. Cause I was just free from enslavement. OG Bobby Johnson bang deuces to the pavement. A shortage of real men is the outbreak.